Hello and welcome back to another Coding Tricks video. In today's video we're going to be answering a question that's quite commonly asked. Does programming require a powerful computer? So for a basic answer, the answer is no. You don't really need a powerful computer. When you are programming, you are constantly going between your project, the project's code, and you're constantly having to switch screens. But the nice thing about programming is that it's super simple and all it is text files. And so this means that your computer in all reality is just happen to not be doing a whole lot. And so if you bought a powerful computer, then it'd be more of a waste of money than anything. Heck, you could even do it on a laptop if you wanted. If you have been following me for a while now, you know that I like to do a lot of programming. And so a lot of people would expect that I'd have a pretty good computer. But to be honest, all I have is a simple computer that is running an i5-3450S processor. In fact, this laptop is the computer that I first started programming on. It's literally an old laptop that is running Windows Vista on it. So that just goes to show that you don't really need anything super in order to program. So with the specs, I'd say probably any quad processor, and that's pretty much it, or higher, and 8 gigabytes of RAM is pretty important just because you could use that. I wouldn't go anywhere below 4 though, and I'd make sure you are using the latest Mac OS, Windows OS, or Linux. Most people use Linux, and a lot of people use Debian just because it has a lot of scripts and command lines that are super important to programming, and a lot of people like that. So instead of spending a whole ton of money on a computer, I'd say the most important thing would be having a big, powerful resolution screen. Or two, I would try to have the most comfortable keyboard as well that you can get, just because you'll be typing a lot and you're going to want something that your hands are comfortable on. And with the screen, you're going to want to be able to see all of your code on your project, and a lot of times people have a vertical screen so they can see their code easier, and then they'll have another screen for their actual program that they are running, and so that just makes it so the coding's a lot easier. And I would say that having an ultra-wide screen could also help, and because then you could see all your apps at once, and it would feel more around you, than it would be more comfortable than if you were just to have like very simple screens and a very blank desk. Now this isn't always the case. There are some things that you're going to want a decently powerful computer on, such as if you're making games, kind of like how Minecraft is run off of Java, or if you are controlling entire servers and APIs. Then you probably want something that has a little more RAM and is able to handle all the output at the same time. But overall, you don't really need a powerful computer. And there is some things that you do need a different type of computer, like you would need a Mac if you are wanting to program for iOS or anything with Apple, just because Apple kind of locks you in their system like that. So in the end, I'd say that you don't really need a powerful computer, just a good screen and keyboard that will work pretty good for you. And just a side note, it might be worth it to have a good SSD and a dual boot Linux and Windows, just unless you are developing for iOS. This is just because a lot of developers like to use Linux, and because they like the scripts and command lines, as I said earlier. So just enjoy the code, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time.